I appear to have a little something on my shoulder. Hey all, Dekumon here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Kind of taking a bit of a lounge break here in the 7th Heaven. And oh yeah, as you might notice, I have a new friend. We have a new friend in the party. Friend, I say. After he, severs our bond of light with Heidelin and just uses it to make this little body. You bastard. Anyway, I figured I'd be out here showing this off because, I can't have him in I can't have him out with me when I go talk to Alfino at the Rising Stones. And yeah, I completely forgot he actually will sit on my shoulder. I was sitting here setting up and I was like, oh, he lands on my shoulder. It was perfect. Anywho, last time we got to answer the age-old adage, is a tank still a tank without a tank stance? And the answer, my friends, is no. They're just a crappy DPS. So yeah, that was a fun little run, and I hope never to have to do anything like that again. Alfino, that dungeon run was about twice as hard as it should have been. You owe me big.
Praise the 12 that you are hale and whole. I came as soon as Benvili informed me of Sir Emmerich's request. You have completed your investigation with the Keeper of Lake, I take it? Then I would hear your report.
Well, it sucked, good sir. It sucked.
You conversed with Midgard Sylmia. I swear, were anyone else to make such a claim, I would regard it with considerable skepticism.
Well, if the game would let me, he'd probably just pop out here.
Are we to understand that the Worm Lord did not perish and has in sooth lain dormant these past 15 years?
Actually, I'm pretty sure he was dead. I just talked to his ghost. Until he reconstituted himself, of course.
Less of resurrection and more rejuvenation for he who dwelleth in eternity, years passing as moments.
Forgot what voice I ever gave Uranjay.
Though his words were ambiguous at times, one statement left little room for interpretation. My people have heard the song, Ishgard shall burn. Yes, they're very menacing. Clearly, an attack is imminent. We must share this information with Sir Emmerich immediately. However, we dare not divulge your conversation with Midgard Sylmia in its entirety. To even acknowledge that you have heard a voice of a Dravanian is a grave but necessary risk. Lest we forget, men have been executed as heretics for declaring as much. For your own protection, and for the sake of our tenuous relations with Ishgard, the truth cannot leave this room.
That's fine, I'll just keep the baby dragon put away. Otherwise there might be problems.
As for how we shall present our revelation to Sir Emmerich's emissary, you may leave that to me. Pray remain here for now. I'll do all the talking, as usual. Is there something you are not telling us, Dekumon? You seem different somehow. 'Tis almost as if you are missing something. Something important.
Like the blessing of light? Yeah, that's kind of a thing. Though how you're seeing it is beyond me.
12th Offend! Midgard Sylmia stripped you of the blessing of light. Are you alright? How do you feel? Do you have anything strange growing out of you or, body parts missing? I see. It is a relief to hear that you are otherwise unharmed. It beggars belief that any being could possess the power to deprive you of her blessing. Midgard Sylmia made mention of a covenant, did he not? One of the ancient myths regarding Silverteal Falls states that when the waters came into existence, so too did the Great Worm. Athlic and Nemelia, Brother Time and Sister Fate, decreed that Midgard Sylmia ever watch over the source from which all water and magic was said to flow. I wonder, what if this was the covenant of which he spoke, and 'twas not the gods with whom he treated, but Heidelin herself? Well, if he is watching over you as he claimed, mayhap you will have an opportunity to ask.
Again, I can literally just pull him out of my pocket and he'll be here and you can ask him yourself.
Let us keep this matter to ourselves. I do not wish to burden our friends needlessly.
Of course not. I'm not even gonna show him off to anybody, am I? Oh, it just pops out on his own. Sure, why not? Art thou a pawn?
O master of thy fate, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands, mortal?
Okay. Yeah, that was clear as mud. Thanks, dude. Yeah, now what? Alright, you guys have your official warning. Giant dragon horde incoming.
I can scarce believe it. You confronted the Worm Lord and lived to tell the tale.
Yeah, it was a thing, especially with no tank in the party. At least not the first time.
I give thanks to Halone for your preservation. It is our sole cause for gladness.
Mm-hmm.
Your encounter with the Keeper of the Lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any other.
One of the two in Eorzea? You're saying there's a second one here in Eorzea that I need to worry about?
The Dravanians are coming.
Mm-hmm.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature. Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
Oh, I'm sure we'll see in time.
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different. And now that you have confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be strengthened.
Okay.
I dare not presume to speak for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praises.
Well, good for me. At least you guys are, you know, forewarned.
I must away, but we shall meet again soon.
Not as good as the Crystal Brave salute, sorry. And I keep bringing that up because it's actually not in the game as an emote we can get for players. It's kind of annoying.
Assaults weathered, and this will be no different? Why am I not convinced?
Oh, Alphino, ever the skeptic. Anyway, let's finish out this quest now.
The Ishgardians have warred with the Dravanians for centuries, nay, nearly 1,000 years. In all that time, not once have their enemies breached the defenses and entered the city proper. Yet, regardless of how strong these magical wards may be, I nevertheless fear that the Ishgardians are underestimating the gravity of the situation. Though it was not Midgard Soma who roared, a call to arms by one of the first brood cannot be ignored. Until such time as they choose to request our aid, however, we can do naught but observe the situation at a distance, and pray that our own fears are unfounded.
Oh, Ether on demand. Moenbryda's coming through for us.
Ere I forget, I believe Moenbryda has requested a gathering of the Scions. I assume there has been some progress concerning our efforts to combat the Ascians. Pray inform her that our business with the Ishgardians is concluded for the moment. I shall be along once I've completed my communications with the Crystal Braves.
Oh, she's over here. Swinging the camera around the long way, doing this. All right, Moenbryda. Come on, have us some good news.
All done with your talk of dragons? Wonderful, because Ascians are next on the menu. Let's head into the Solar, shall we?
I still love that hair. That hair is so ridiculous looking. Well, are we gonna have another voice scene?
Now that everything's
Yes,
calmed
awesome.
down a bit, relatively speaking, I mean, I thought it might be a good time to share our progress on the weapon.
Ah, so you have made some
I believe
progress.
we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Ooh, even better.
Well, don't keep us all in suspense.
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start by reviewing what we already know. So, an Ascian is an immortal because its soul doesn't return to the ethereal realm when its host is defeated. Instead, it flees to the place that lies between our world and the void.
Yeah, dicks.
Therefore, the first step to permanently defeating an Ascian is preventing its soul from making this journey. And if you recall, when we last gathered here, I had verified that white auracite has adequate capacity to entrap the beings, albeit only briefly.
Which left the small matter of their extermination.
Yeah. This is where we need the giant sword of light.
Aye. To unmake an Ascian soul, one must needs smite it with a concentrated burst, or blade, of purest ether. However, we wanted for both the data and the means to forge such a weapon.
Short of experimenting on an actual Ascian, you see, there's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is made of.
Yeah, and good luck getting one of them to sit still long enough to experiment on.
As such, we don't know what etheric density our blade needs to have in order for it to work.
Yeah, well.
So we'll just have to make the densest blade we can and hope for the best. Though that would require a lot of ether.
Yep.
Hang on a minute. Why didn't we think of this before? White aurosite can hold an absolute heap of ether, can't it?
Yeah, for like 5 seconds.
Please tell me you're joking. God's sakes, Ida. I feel as though I'm reliving the same scene over and over with you. How many times do you need to be told that white aurosite cannot store ether for long periods?
Thank you, Papiamo. Thank you.
Being intangible matter, ether is given to dispersion. Only in its crystallized form is it a stable source of energy. I will test you later on this, so see to it you do not forget.
She's testing. He's testing her. I can't believe that.
Right, yes. It's all coming back to me.
So our hopes rest on good old crystals again, do they? While they are certainly reliable, they leave something to be desired in the area of portability.
Yeah, it takes crates and crates of these things just to summon a primal.
Indeed. I am reminded of the quantity of corrupted crystals required to thwart Leviathan.
Oh shit,
and the
yeah.
extraordinary lengths to which the Lamentsons went to transport them. What if it should prove that a similar quantity was needed to destroy an Ascian soul? Or still more?
Yeah, lest you forget, in order to take on Leviathan, we needed 2 whole boats full of corrupted crystals.
I do not envy the poor sod who has to lug all of that around on the off chance that an Ascian appears.
Wow. Yeah, no fun there. Thanks for volunteering though, Thancred.
That's the very problem we set out to solve. And I reckon we've found the answer. If it isn't practical to lug around the ether we need, we'll just have to draw upon another source. And the only viable source is the land.
That sounds dangerous. Isn't that the very reason we kill the primals, is to keep them from sucking the ether out of the land?
If you mean to tap the Great River of Ether, know that it will entail considerable risk. Meddling with the currents may well induce a surge like to the one which despoiled Mordona.
Give me a bit more credit, will you? Why would we need to tap the river when there are veritable reservoirs jutting out all over the land?
Oh, the giant formations of crystals.
I speak of corrupted crystals. It might be that their aspect is out of balance, but a crystal's a crystal. It contains ether, and we can help ourselves to it.
Interesting idea, but again, there's the issue of portability.
While corrupted crystals are indeed abundant, there is no guarantee that they will be in close proximity at a crucial moment.
Yep, exactly.
But what if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap their power from afar? A malm away, say?
Okay, now I'm interested.
If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea. I've yet to put my theories to the proof, but I've got a good feeling about this. If no one has any objections, I'd like to see where this avenue leads.
Probably to me doing all the legwork. I know where this goes.
If you think it worth your while, you have my blessing. But tell us, what are your theories? I, for one, am most eager to understand the process, however vaguely.
Yeah? Come on, spill it.
I thought you might say that. But no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't. So with your permission, I'd like to try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an etheric siphon especially for this purpose, and I've been meaning to try it out.
A siphon?
Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether.
Okay, fair enough. Got a better spot for us then?
I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
I'm pretty sure someone in here does. Eorzea, she's looking at you.
May I suggest northern Thanalan?
Oh, okay.
There you will find corrupted crystals of middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart. Ideal for your needs, I should have thought. Oh, and if you do elect to visit the place, I should be much obliged if you would assist me in another matter while you are in the area.
Okay. What's up, Alphino?
Has something happened?
Movement has been observed at Castrum Meridianum.
I hate that place.
During Operation Archon, the Alliance dealt the stronghold a heavy blow. Its facilities were extensively damaged, and its garrison reduced to a fraction of its former strength. Not long after our forces withdrew, however, their ranks were replenished by reinforcements from Castrum's sentry. They now seek to rebuild, and to this end they have their sights set upon the ceruleum processing plant.
Ah, time to go hold the line.
Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the resources to sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival, and they will doubtless fight like desperate men. Though I have dispatched the Crystal Braves, I fear their strength alone may not suffice to stay the Imperial assault. I would request the Scion's aid in the defensive effort.
One Scion in particular, right?
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to inveigle us into fighting your battle with the promise of shiny crystals. Well then, consider me inveigled. I won't lie, the crystals you speak of sound perfect, so the Garleans have to go. Besides, we can't afford to beat about the bush. There's no telling when the Ascians will next appear.
Thine eagerness to hurl thyself into the jaws of danger cometh as little surprise. Exercise due caution, I prithee.
Though you have become a crystal brave, you are yet a scion, Alphino. We could hardly refuse you.
Well, that's good.
Pray, join the Crystal Braves and lend them your support.
Yeah, I knew it.
Thangrid and Papalimo shall accompany you.
Oh, okay.
Ida and Yashtola, in the meantime I would have you assist Moenbryda. Scout out the crystal clusters, that the testing may commence as soon as the Garlean threat has been eliminated.
If it please you, I shall continue mine own experiments on white Orsite.
Yeah, just don't break it all.
Thank you, Eorzea. Everyone, pray see to your preparations and depart as soon as you are able. Go well, and be safe.
Back to playing with the Garleans again. You know, you think you guys would learn at this point that it's just not worth it trying to take on the Eorzeans.
'Twould seem that events have once more conspired to rob us of rest and recuperation. Though I would wish it otherwise, I must ask that you head straight away to the processing plant. The 4th have already deployed to the area and await the arrival of the Scions. Wilrid will brief you on the developing situation. Meanwhile, I must rendezvous with Captain Albert at our headquarters in Uldar. I shall take command of our forces there with a lighter heart, knowing that you go to support the front lines.
And by support, you mean do all the work.
Oh. Your duties take you to Northern Thanalan, do they not? We too must say our farewells to the Rising Stone for a time. Philemon travels to Uldar, and we shall serve as her escort. At my daughter's behest, I go to contact certain old acquaintances in the Gilded City. We are beset on all sides by civil unrest and imperial machinations, threatened by primals and troubled by dragons. We need all the allies we can muster. Many of my friends hold positions of power, you see, and it is my hope that they can be convinced to aid in the Scion's cause. If past events have taught us anything, then we know that Eorzea must present a united front, or we shall fall. Ah, how extraordinary that my little Ascilla is involved in such far-reaching affairs. I am proud that I might now stand at her side, not only as a mother, but also as a colleague. A colleague with influential connections, but I fear that Uldar has become a place of danger, even for one so familiar with their streets.
Bah, woe betide the blackguard that so much as glares in your direction, milady. Look at me. Yeah, stop trying to get into Philemon's pants, dude.
I shall be well protected, it seems. Shall we be on our way then?
Yeah, you guys go on, shoo. I'll deal with this. Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say something there for half a second. Alright, head off to the cerulean processing plant. There you are. Sorry, my chat's up, so I'm gonna have to have the little sensor bar up for this part.
Commander Leviol sent word that you'll be coming. A veteran of your talents is most welcome. Not that I don't think we can handle the situation, mind you. I've learned a trick or two since that disaster with the Emulja. But returning to the task at hand, the Flames reconnaissance scouts have reported Imperial soldiers assembling at Raubon's push. Such a force is likely interested in only one thing: getting their hands on the resources found here at the processing plant. The Garleans could begin marching on us at any time. Pray, speak with Lieutenant Edelstein that we might coordinate our counter-strategy. In the meantime, I will inform the others that you have arrived. No doubt it will be welcome tidings.
Yes, I'm here to do all the hard work for you. Oh, wow. Game literally just puts me right next to Edelstein. Thank you. Corporal, let's play. My soldiers yet tell tales of your deeds during Operation Archon. Would that we could sit a while and reminisce about old times, but I fear more pressing matters require our attention. The civilian draftsmen, you see, have come across several highly suspicious crates within the boundaries of the processing plant. I had my sappers take a closer look, and our worst fears were confirmed. These boxes contain powerful explosive devices of Imperial design, no less. By my order, the Flames stationed here are conducting a thorough sweep of the compound as we speak. Though it troubles me that we were unable to apprehend the Imperial spy behind this, I have faith that our men will be able to neutralize the threat for now. In the meantime, our scouts bring troubled news on the latest movement of the Imperial army. I would once again ask for your aid. Come on, like I'm gonna say no. On the counteroffensive we go.
We've been keeping a close eye on that Garlean garrison, and 'twould seem the Imperials have finally begun to mobilize. According to the reconnaissance report that just came in, the squads seen leaving the castrum are too few in number to effectively take and hold our position. They will likely mount a swift assault and focus on the acquisition of resources.
So a raiding party, huh?
I have, of course, also shared this report with the Crystal Braves. They've decided to take to the field to meet this assault head-on. I have apprised your fellow scions of the situation, and am heartened to know that they will be joining the effort. Pray, report to Lieutenant Alien, and lend your much welcome strength to the counteroffensive.
Okay, go kill Garleans. Sounds good to me. Don't have to go that far, it seems.
Glad to have you with us, Dekumon. As I'm sure Lieutenant Edelstein has explained, the Garleans have deployed a small force from Castrum Meriandum. The main column assembles to the north near Dalaman's Talons, but we've also spied several squads attempting to conceal themselves on the approach to the west.
Oh, hey, Obert.
They wish you to rush forth and commit to battle with the main column, leaving the detached force free to raid the plant and pillage supplies. Not much of a strategy, but these are desperate men. Captain Hilbert! Greetings, Scion. I understand the commander bid you and your fellows come lend a hand to the Braves. With such mighty heroes at its disposal, the Fourth should have little trouble contending with aught the Garleans might throw at them. But even you cannot be everywhere at once. The Third was getting restless holed up in Uldar, so I marched them out here to fill any holes in the plant's defenses and add their numbers to your counterattack. The reinforcements are welcome. We've enough soldiers now to divide our own forces and safely engage the enemy far beyond the walls. Aye, 'twould be best to avoid staging a battle anywhere near this much ceruleum. Let's take the fight to the Garleans. A wise course indeed. I shudder to think of the consequences, should any of these storage tanks be exposed to fire.
Yeah, speaking of, we still had all those bombs to clean up, right?
If there are no objections, the Scions shall join the 4th and give battle to this main column.
You're with the 3rd then, Warrior of Light. Your job will be to intercept these squads hiding out in the west and prevent them from reaching the processing plant. Okay, no big deal. When you're ready to proceed, report to Lieutenant Yuyuhase. His scouts should have a rough idea of where the Imperials have concealed themselves by now. Off we go. Holy cow, that's a big axe. Alright, we gotta go find Yuyuhase now. Nope, not touching that interest. There he is.
A pleasure to be fighting at your side once more, Scion. Our operations invariably succeed when you're around, and victories are wont to pave the road to greater coin. Now, this detached force we've been sent to eliminate has split into smaller squads, the better to conceal themselves within the terrain hereabouts, I imagine. We'll need to split ourselves up as well to cover more ground, and make sure we root out all these would-be raiders. And seeing as you're an army unto yourself, I've assigned you your own areas to scour clean of enemy soldiers. Aye, this will be a simple search and destroy. We'll rendezvous back here when the task is done. Happy hunting, Scion!
So go out, kill Garleans, come back. Yeah, good times all around. There's the purple circle, that's what I'm looking for. All right, I bet you guys are gonna be, oh, that's big. Ah, we can spot it. Yes, you have. And you're pretty goddamn weak, to be honest. I'm just gonna sit here and build scent on the small fry. Bitch, you stunned me. I don't have enough Kinky to actually do anything interesting with this. Oh, if I had the boost, that would have probably killed him in one shot. Too bad I did not have the Kinky for the power boost. That was it? Oh, defeat the next Imperial squad. Oh, there's more of you guys to play with, huh? Where would you be? Where would you be? There you are, hiding on the other side of the rock. Oh, another big one. There we go, now I've got enough Kinky to do something interesting. Oh, I've been slowed. I hate being slowed. Come on, there we go. I can't really build Kinky all that well without the positionals. Oh, geez. You're a wuss. I'm not even blowing this on you. So I'm sure I'll get another squad here, right? No, just the 2 squads. I'm almost disappointed. All right, go away.
You seem grim, Scion. I'll take it to mean that between us, more than a few Garleans won't be making it back to the castrum. These Imperials, though, they certainly made us earn our pay. I would be a happy man if I never had to tussle with another of those Magitech horrors. It is time we bid this war-torn land farewell. I will contact the 4th and let Lieutenant Alliane know that the west is now clear. I would appreciate it if you would do the same when you report to Lieutenant Edelstein.
I mangled that horribly, Jesus. Oh my goodness. I can't talk today, I guess.